Are you making the really common mistakes that everyone makes in Gran Turismo 7? I see so many people doing them, and it costs them the time that they'd otherwise be winning daily races, otherwise be winning the World Circuit events and the circuit experiences. So in this video I'm going to show you all of the top tips so you can stop making these mistakes and start winning races. Now the first one is, I'm doing it already. I've been doing it since the beginning of the video. Can you see what it is yet? Have a look at my brake indicator. You can see I'm running just a little bit amount of brake down the straight. Now I can tell you, if you do that in Gran Turismo 7, you will lose so much time. So if you're on a wheel, you need to go into the wheel calibration menu, which is there in the options on the top left when you're in the normal menu. And if you're racing on a DualSense or a DS5, then you need to be, DS4, you need to be leaning off that left trigger. You should not be running with any brake down the straight. I'm going to show you the second mistake, really, that I see a lot of people make. Have a look at my throttle going through this corner. This is a mistake I used to make a lot. So have a look at my throttle here. Can you see again? I'm just applying a little bit of throttle. Did you see my throttle indicator? Now that just means it's going to take you so much longer to get around the corner. When you're going around the corner, you want to be maximising your rotation. You don't want to be applying any throttle because then you're going to be understeering. So again, have a look at your calibration. If you're on a wheel, let me know in the comments if you don't know how to do that. I can make a whole video on that. And if you're using a controller or a pad, just make sure that you're fully off that trigger. It's going to cost you so much time. Now the next thing I want to show you is the red dot is the steering. Again, I see so many people making this mistake. You should be using the maximum red dot steering when you're going around something like a hairpin. You can see here quite an aggressive turn, and I'm using a meaningful amount of my red dot. If you feel like you go through these sorts of corners, but especially hairpins, and you can't get around them, you're just understeering, it may be that if you're using a wheel, your calibration is such that you're getting enough rotation. You might want to decrease the rotation of the wheel. Again, let me know if that's gobbledygook, but have a look at that red dot. When you're going around a hairpin, that red dot should be all the way giving you the maximum rotation. And I've been there. If you calibrate your wheeling correctly, you won't get it. On a pad, it should be easier. If you're having issues on the pad, your pad might be faulty actually. So check that you haven't got any stick drift, and your whoa, just about got around there, and your stick isn't drifting one way or the other. So those are three really clear tips already. I'm going to give you another tip here. When you're entering qualifying for a daily race online, and you're struggling to keep up with the times, have a look at what tyre you're on. You can see now I'm on the softest compound tyre, which is race for racing and S for soft. Now a lot of daily races, especially daily race C, will let you choose different tyres for the race, maybe the soft tyre and the medium tyre, but your car may default to the slower tyre for qualifying, so make sure you're on that faster tyre. I've been there. You're going around thinking, why can't I keep up? It's because you're on the wrong tyre. Now the next thing I want to tell you about is gear shifting. Each car shifts differently. Some cars, not this one, shift massively shorter than other cars. So you want to be shifting around here. For example, in the Bugatti Veyron Group 4 car, a big short shifter. Same in the Chevrolet Corvette Group 3. So understand the shift where you should be shifting in your car. You can look at the power bands in the setup screen, or you can just ask around. Ask in our Discord. There's 2,000 sim racing in our Discord. Very happy to help when it comes to shifting. So again, if you're going down the straight and feeling like you're losing time, it might be because you're shifting in the wrong place. So another thing I want to tell you about, if you're wondering why you're slower sometimes in the race, if you go on the grass in Gran Turismo 7, you can get, depending on the tyre wear settings, dirty tyres, and that will mean for the next few corners you will understeer widely as you just don't have the grip. So bear in mind, if you do go off the track, you can get a dirty tyre, so just take it easy for the next few corners. So the next thing, well, can you see it yet? I've changed the setting. I'll give you a few seconds. Can you see anything that's changed? Even if you're watching and you're a GT expert, can you see what's changed? So what's changed is I've got the TC on maximum. You can see the TC indicators on, and it's on the maximum setting. Now in Gran Turismo 7, with the physics the way it is now, that is going to be too slow. You don't really need TC5 in any sort of car on these sort of tyres. Perhaps only the Tomahawk XVGT you might want to have in a high TC setting. But most of these race cars with good downforce and good tyres, you absolutely do not need that TC setting. So make sure You turn that off, will take it right down to 2 or 1. That should be the maximum that you need. And the last thing I want to mention in this really quick and simple video of the obvious mistakes I see people making is, if you're wondering why in one session you might be a lot slower than you were in previous sessions, there is some variability in GT7 we didn't have in GT Sport. So have a look at the wind here. It's a very, very, very strong 5 meters a second. That's going to give a very strong headwind and a very strong tailwind depending on which way we're facing. So if you're wondering sometimes why you're slower, just have a look at the wind direction. It could be that, not you. But I hope that's helpful. It's a super simple video from my experience, but these are things I see a lot of people making, especially trailing the brake and keep all the throttle in the corner. So let me know if it was helpful. Let me know if you want to see more like this. But otherwise, make sure to join our Discord if you want more tips like this. My whole screen's fallen down. You can see how I record my video. But otherwise, I'll see you next time.